Hi, everybody. This is Gary Dean with Sentiment Timing, and this is our technical video report for Sunday, February 25th, 2024. Hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend, and let's get started. So, real quick, just make sure you watch the end of this this video, because I have something I want to show you. I've been working with a few of my friends that I have out there that have pretty big portfolios, and I've been helping them out. And it's kind of a training system that there's really not a whole lot of risk, if anything, in there, and it's actually for people that have bigger portfolios. It's not a small type thing, and it has to do with covered calls. But I'm going to show you what's been going on in the last couple weeks with just one of the guys that I'm helping them out with, and I really want to be. I may offer this out to everybody. I'm going to put my Calendly a link down in the email, and you guys can just set up a time. It's only going to take like 15-20 minutes, but I will show you what I'm doing and how I've been helping those people out. So anyway, we saw a gap up on Friday again. What I put in the morning notes was that we got to watch this wedge that was broken, because it broke through here, came up, hit the bottom of it, and then came back down again. And the bears failed to get through any support, and then from there we saw the big move up. And sure enough, this is what it did. It hit the top of that wedge again. And I think the S&P was up something like 25 points or something, and came back and just closed the day +7. So what we need to see right here is, the bears, to get anything going, they're going to have to get it through the 50-80 level. 50-74 is the moving average here, but that may move on up. If they get through it, then the more important, say, bull bear zone is going to be at the 50-50 down to the 50-34 level. If they break through it, that's when we come down and start closing this gap or testing this support. But if they hold again, then what happens is we'll probably be looking at a move coming down and heading back up near the 51.30, 51.25. It's hard to say when, because this line is moving up. But if we take a look at the 60-minute chart, I do believe that whatever pullback we get is going to be just that, because if we look here, you can see that we don't have any bearish divergences on this. So the 15-minute has the bearish divergences, so that's suggesting that we're going to get some backing and filling, maybe down to this 50-50 area, and then move up, and then from there that should set up the sell signals on the 60-minute chart, where then we can start looking at a possibly a bigger move to the downside. But right now, the bulls are in control, and something that I read today, Martin Armstrong is somebody I read all the time. I do mention him here, and he had said he's mentioning his computer system is really suggesting that we're going to be starting World War III within the next, it could be as soon as 2 months and into 6 months, but it's what they're saying right now. And one of the things that he's always said is that in times, when we're in some kind of, wars period, money flies or flees to the reserve currency, which is ours. And it could be through bonds, it could be through cash. A lot of it is through the stock market. So he said a lot of foreign money is probably heading into our market, because from what he's saying is the writing's on the wall that we are going to be going into war. And, so it kind of, because I've been scratching my head on what was really the rhyme or reason for this move that's been nonstop without any breaks. And, if that is the case, we're talking about trillions of dollars that are moving over here. So I just thought I'd throw that out. I don't know anything about that, but he's a really, really smart guy, and his computer system is second to none. So anyway, if we do get the pullback, what that's going to do is set up the 60-minute sell signal. Now, one other thing, I don't have it up here, but the NIAD, that sell signal that's been in place, it did get washed out. So the bears are going to have to start from scratch with that particular signal. But so 15-minute suggesting for a little bit of a pullback tomorrow. And then the 60 minutes saying that the pullback should be bid back up. You can see the 50-day moving average is right at the support area. So my guess is right around that 50-30, we will see buyers waiting. And then from there, really the way I'd be kind of counting this is 1, 2, 3, 4 and then make a wave 5, and that would probably take us somewhere up into this area here. So that's there's really not a whole lot else to go over. We still have the sell signals on the daily chart. You can see really the first line of support as far as with the daily and the moving averages doesn't come in until right around that 48.50. So until the bears get it through really this one, the bulls are just really going to continue to just try to bid this market up. So Monday should tell us a little bit, but again, being that the 15-minute charts are saying we're looking for a little bit of a pullback, and then the 60-minute charts are saying that the pullback should be bid back up and will probably take out these highs, and I'd be probably looking at this trend line that's been holding the bulls back on any of these ramps to be a top. So that's really, let's see what plays out on Monday. Now, what I want to go over real quick with you is I've been helping my friend out, and he's his name is Dennis, but he has really some pretty big positions with Microsoft and Meta. And so what I had told him, I said, let me tell you what to do on these, because he's just been really watching the stocks go up and down. He's done very, very well with it. Obviously, he's owned them for a very, very long time. But I said, if you don't have any reason to sell these or anything, I said, why not just try to pull money out on a weekly basis? And I've been doing this for him, and I have a bunch of other ones as well. But basically what we're doing is just writing covered calls off of the stock that he owns. Now, the first week I just wrote the calls on it, and that was it. And you can see he made a $7,400 for that week. But what I did on this one was actually sold the calls and the puts. So we did two kind of spreads on it. One was selling the covered calls and then selling puts on that. And the way that I have it, which is kind of interesting on this, that he really likes, is you want to look at basically where the implied volatility is for the stock, as well as the delta, and then from there, you're going to look at the chart pattern, and that's what I've been doing for him. And we've been selling the calls. He hasn't got called out, but now what we're doing is adding the puts into it. But the way I'm able to put these stops in for him, there's really zero risk for them, because the way this works out, if one gets stopped out, the other one's going to be so far out of the money that you're going to be able to buy them back for zero. And the really what happens is that would be you wouldn't lose anything on the trade, you just wouldn't win it. Now, what happens if it starts staying in the middle of where these are, because we are right, and I want to see where the stock is, and I basically, he does it on a weekly basis now. I tell him which strike prices to sell, and as soon as he puts them in, I tell him to put the stop in it. But it's he's had it for 2 weeks. As I said, he's collected going on almost, I would say, $19,000 in the 2 weeks. And this would have been more if I would have done this strategy on this. He would have been up 22,000. But the thing is, again, he has a lot of shares, so it doesn't all work out like that. But the formula has been working out really well for him, where he has kept every one of his shares, and he's been able to just collect the weekly premiums off of it. And that's what I've been training him to do. And what I really want to open up to some of you guys, if you guys have a big portfolio. Again, this isn't for someone that's just managing something small, because you just probably did get hurt on the commissions part. But if you're managing a decent sized portfolio, you have stocks or ETFs. If you're interested in this, set a time. I put my calendar at the bottom of the email. Set a time on there that we have. I'll show you what I'm doing. If you're interested, then we can talk and just go from there. But any case, let's see what plays out tomorrow. Have a fantastic weekend, and I'll talk to you guys in the morning.